34 days away from the NFL kickoff. Every year, there's a group of players take their game to a new level. There's Saquon making the leap. Dusty, very proud of this.
Making the leap.
Making the leap, Saquon.
Here's the only problem with it.
Well, okay.
Because Dusty, with all due respect, it's a great graphic.
Yeah.
But Saquon was already great.
He wasn't that great.
He took a leap, but it wasn't like I didn't put people in that were Saquon Barkley's quality. At least, had his start to their careers.
It's fair.
You agree with that?
I'm with whatever you want to do.
I think he's also it's the double.
You know what? That's my fault.
What happened?
Everybody else was surprised by Saquon.
That's exactly right.
I was.
The fact that you called
right,
it.
I called it.
Yeah,
my bad.
That's a good point.
Okay, so here's Brou's top 5 candidates of guys in the NFC who are going to make the leap.
All right,
are these
Coach.
guarantees?
Excited. Yes.
Yeah, if they're on my list, they're guaranteed. Ooh. All right, Michael Penix Jr.
Love it.
Number 1. I think Coach Atlanta is going to be a surprise. Well, it's just there's no order. These are just 5 guys that are going to make the leap.
Fluid.
Fluid. These are 5 guys going to make the leap. I like Coach his poise. He's smart. He's obviously got arm strength. He only started 3 games last year, and the stats weren't phenomenal. He had 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. But I thought he played well, liked what I saw for being thrown in there. And the thing is, he's got major weapons like Drake London, Kyle Pitts Jr. At some point, maybe Kyle Pitts Jr. will live up to
a contract year, so that's good.
There you go. He would live up to his promise. And then you got Bijan Robinson and Algiers too at the running back. So I expect them to challenge Tampa Bay. I think Tampa will win the division, but I think they'll be a surprise challenger to them. His problem through college is staying healthy, and that could be an issue in the pros. But if he's healthy, I think he'll play well. All right. Also, Rome Odunze.
Wow.
Oh. All right. Now, obviously, something else has to happen. The quarterback has to play well for this to happen. But I like him a lot. I think he's a big target. I think there'll be some ball control stuff in their offense, obviously with Ben Johnson, and he could play like an Amon Ross St. Brown role for Chicago. He obviously has all the talent. Last year didn't do as much, but he'll be more of a target now without Keenan Allen there. So I like Rome Odunze to take a jump. I'm going to stick with the receivers. There's a lot of receivers on here. Ricky Pearsall.
Oh.
All right, now his problem, like Michael Penix, stay healthy. I mean, just stay healthy, Ricky. And he couldn't look. Jawan Jennings is battling calf injuries. He's a bit upset because he doesn't have a new contract. Brandon Ayuk's going to be out for a while. Pearsall is really talented. He showed it in his last 3 games last year. He had 18 catches, 247 yards, and 2 touchdowns in his last 3 starts last year. Yeah. So if he's healthy for 17 games, I see magic between him and Brock Purdy.
Love it.
All right, also up there, where is mine? Jameson Williams. I'm sticking with the receivers.
Solid.
I like him a lot, Coach. He had the issues with the gambling that delayed his first year, then some injuries second year. This guy, for receivers that caught more than 50 passes last year, he led all of them in yards per catch, which was over 17. I mean, he's a big play receiver, and he's got the speed. He is a deep threat, but I think this year he'll emerge as a little more of a full, well-rounded receiver. So I expect big things from him. And then finally, yes, the other half of the Bears battery, if you will, Caleb Williams. I don't like him as much as Nick, but I do like him a lot. I think there'll be some growing pains early, but he's got all the talent in the world. And, Coach, what I like him to do, we know he can learn from Ben Johnson, but also pick the brain of Joe Thuney, if he already hasn't. But Thuney played with Patrick Mahomes. Like, he is an off-schedule guy naturally like Mahomes. So kind of pick Thuney's brain about what Mahomes did right, wrong, how you learn as a blocker for a guy like that. What you like to see. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Start there.
Well, because Brady's different though than Caleb.
True.
I mean,
That's
Caleb is more similar.
That's a good point.
I get you on that. So ask him about Brady too, but mainly Mahomes. Like, how did he get that balance between on schedule, off schedule? So those are 5 that will make the leap. Will make the leap.
Those
in
are
the
guarantees.
NFC. Will make the
We should rename it guaranteed to make the leap.
Whatever you want to call it.
Brou's best bets to make. Yeah, we could workshop it. I think it's a great list, Brou. I agree with everybody on that list. I like Penix coming out. I thought he was going to get the full year. I thought he was actually going to get a couple years before he had to go in. And the fact that he showed enough during that process for him to actually get the opportunity. And look, that does happen with number 1 picks, but he's got a real chance to make a jump. I agree with that definitely. I'm going to go a different direction. Little surprising here. I'm going with Bryce Young.
Love it.
Wow.
Show
Okay.
fave.
Really,
I
Coach?
am going
Yes.
with, and here's why.
Thank you.
Here's why. Let's pull it up. Wow. Let's pull up what Bryce Young did his last 3 games of the season. Okay, so he was 2-1. They averaged 31 points per game. His completion percentage was almost 65%. His TD to interception ratio was 10-0, and he had a 111.6 quarterback rating. And in the previous 25 starts, he'd only passed 100 quarterback rating twice. He hit it in all of his last 3 games. Now they've got Chuba Hubbard, who I really like as running back. They added your guy, Rico Dowdle. So now they've got 2 running backs that are over 1,000 yards and over 4.5 yards per carry. That's really good. They add a first-round draft wide receiver in Ted McMillan. They had the number 1 receiver last year, Xavier Leggett. Adam Thielen had a great season. The progress that he showed at the end of the year, plus the resources that they put into the team, as much as we love the Bake Show, maybe this is something we need to pay a little bit more attention to. Everybody's written him off.
Yeah.
There's no expectations. It's not like that division is so locked down by Tampa Bay. A lot of great things, but let's just wait and see whether or not maybe things have hit in a different way for him now. Wow.
I do hope you're right, because I think everybody kind of likes Bryce Young. He seems like a great guy.
Yeah,
obviously had a tough
awesome
rookie
guy.
year. I'm not convinced at this point. And I don't want to sound like Nick. He feels smaller than even some small quarterbacks. Is that fair? Like, he
He's not a
really
huge
seems
guy.
small,
Yeah.
you know.
But he didn't shrink since college.
No,
Everybody
he didn't.
when he earned the draft slot that he got, he was just.
They all knew how small
Everybody
he was.
knew how small he was, and they saw the potential in him.
Yeah, I look, I would love for you to be right, but I got to see it before I believe it.
It's
Fair. I'm going to add one person. I'm surprised you didn't have this guy on your list.
Should we take him behind the curtain?
A surprise. I saw your list and I was like, wow, really missing a star in the making. You know, when this guy came out of college, a lot of people were like, you know, he reminds me of Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison Jr. Bro.
He was on my list.
He was
But
on,
you needed
he was on
somebody.
Bru's list, but Bru's list came in so late. I had already done all the research and
Coach, I was
grabbed it.
grinding. The all 22.
All right, so 62 catches last year, tied for 49th. That's not great.
He didn't have the year.
885 yards, was tied for 33rd. He had 8 touchdowns. He only had 1 touchdown in the last 5 weeks. Josh has a bunch of numbers. Well, he was pretty low on reception rate, right? Now, you can either blame that on him that he forgot to catch the ball or forgot how to catch the ball, or he had very few catchable balls thrown his way. I trend towards the latter. That being said, he took a little responsibility himself. Guess what he did? Bryce Young's not getting any bigger. Marvin Harrison Jr. sure is. Here's on the left was rookie year. On the right was year 2.
Is that real?
That looks
Photoshop.
That looks
fitness
painted.
influencers.
That
But
looks like a painting.
Looks like Cowboy Brou.
he bulked up. Moral of the story, he bulked up. The videos that you've seen, weird and wonderful. He's making great catches in Arizona. I just can't tell, Coach, if in order for him to make the leap, do I need Kyler to also make the leap?
Well,
And I don't know if.
Look, him getting bigger and getting in the weight room and adding that bulk is a positive thing. But I coached, I don't know how many games against his father, And his father was not a big man, but he was so fluid. He was so difficult to deal with, both in the short and intermediate, and then you try to sit on those routes and they beat you deep, and it was just a nightmare to deal with. He had Peyton Manning, and his son has a different package, and over time that chemistry between the quarterback and receiver, you hope is going to improve to the point where the drops last year, or the balls that maybe weren't put in the right place, those are going to be severely reduced because of their familiarity with each other.
I'm with you. I think he'll make the jump, and I think even though he's young, I do think if he truly is as improved as we think, he can help Kyler Murray. Like, obviously the throws have to be
Malik
somewhat.
Neighbors got over 1,000 yards. And he didn't have, Phil Simms back there.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.